Let's have a look at how we can pick and ship items with serial numbers and lot numbers in the warehouse. And I've already prepared a sales order, so the first item is set up with specific serial number tracking and the second one with specific lot number tracking and expiration dates. Now, just like with inbound orders, also with outbound orders, there are two options to assign item tracking information. So you can do this on the outbound document or in the warehouse. So the outbound document means that as a salesperson, for example, I could now select the first line, click on line related information and item tracking lines, and I can assign the 10 serial numbers. So this means that as a salesperson, I'm instructing the people in the warehouse to specifically pick these serial numbers and lot numbers. So that's the first option. However, a second option is that the people in the warehouse assign the serial and the lot numbers, which means that I will not do this here on the sales order. So I've entered the items that I've sold to my customer, and that's it for me as a salesperson. So I will release the sales order and then let's send it to the warehouse. So actions, warehouse, and I will create a warehouse shipment. Now, this is the warehouse shipment, and we know, of course, that first we now must pick the items before we can ship them. But also here on the shipment, I can access the item tracking lines. So I can click on line, item tracking lines. However, here you cannot enter them. So here you can check them, but because we didn't enter them on the sales order, you don't see anything here. But it's not possible to enter the lot number or the serial number here. You see all these fields are non-editable. So this means that if item tracking information is not entered on the outbound source document, users must enter them on the picking document. So let's create a pick. So I will click here on process, create pick. And there we go. So pick number 6. Let's have a look. So from my role center, I will access the picks from the tile, and let's look at the document. Okay, so here you can see now the picking document, and we can see quite a lot of lines because we only sold 2 items. But of course, especially for the loudspeaker that is using specific serial number tracking, we have more lines. More specifically, a line per unit. So this means that we have 20 lines because we sold 10 units. And each unit has a take and a place line, and that's what we see here. So I also added the serial number, the lot number, and the expiration date fields. So if you don't see these fields in your application, you can go to personalize and just add the fields. Because if you use serial numbers, lot numbers in the warehouse, that's of course interesting, because then you can also see the serial numbers and the lot numbers to pick. Now also notice that all the item tracking information is entered automatically, and that's something that Business Central does by using the serial or lot number or the expiration date. Now with the serial number item, it's not using expiration dates, which means that it doesn't use the concept first expire, first out, and that the serial number is just sorted ascending, number 5, number 6, 7, and so on. So that's how the selection is made for the serial number. For the lot number, however, we use first expired, first out. So and there you see that the program first takes the lot with the most recent expiration date, and then the one after, and so on. So like this, it automatically applies the first expired, first out concept in the picking document. All right. So again, very important, the item tracking information is configured in the picking document. You still can make changes. If you don't want to pick this serial number, you can replace it with another one. And then afterwards, when everything is picked, you can of course simply register the pick. So now it's registered, including all the serial numbers and the lot numbers. Now let's go back to the warehouse shipment where we came from. Because at the beginning of the demonstration, when I showed you, there was no item tracking information from the warehouse shipment. So let's check again. So line, item tracking lines. And now you can see, of course, the serial numbers because these are the ones that are picked. Notice that you cannot change them anymore, which is quite normal, because if they're picked and the pick is registered, these are the ones that then should be shipped to the customer. So that's then the final step. So here from the warehouse shipment, I can click on posting and ship the items with their serial numbers and lot numbers.